and neighbors. Welcome to another production of the program. Here we are on TV. Once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines and live forever. I'm choking on my own spit. It's Saturday. I'm alive. We made it back here to the weekend. It's difficult. Well, look at this difficult time. You want to call that number up there? 360-364-384? You can get on the Zoom. You go to the Zoom. You go to YDHWM.com. Get on the Zoom. That's what I'm doing right now. Or you can go to the thing and go to the other thing. But I'm not going to get the messages. But I'm going to open the Zoom up just in case anybody's on time. Or waiting. Anybody's waiting here. Looks like not, though. But maybe we'll... we're gonna wait a minute to get to the messages. I'm gonna say some things before I look at those things. That's what I was doing for a while, like before we were in the basement. Like I was saying stuff, and I was getting pretty into just like talking for a while when we started off here. But then eventually I ended up going right to the phones just because we're running out of time all the time. But now I think things have kind of settled down a little bit. Now we're in some kind of middle ground where we can say things and do things. You know, sometimes you can do things, sometimes you can say things, sometimes you can do both. And I think that we're back, settled down a little bit. We can do both things. I don't know if it's good to be settled down though, because it's like, you know, danger is lurking right around the corner. So maybe I should be back on the edge. But I feel like I've settled down. I don't know. Maybe I should not settle down. I got to get back on the edge because I should be more worried, and it's gonna get me. It's hard to be on the edge or on guard for a long time. But maybe I should be more on guard. Yesterday to the program on Friday, 8:45. It was the season finale or premiere. It was the season premiere, so now it's just another regular day, episode 2 of the new season. Talking to Cedar about tomatoes. Talking to Freddy and Lewis about having bugs crawl into your ears and die or live in your brains, and whether or not we're bug people. So I'm still, I don't know what's real. So I have this like little dot in my eyeball. Like, oh, where is it? Well, did it go away? Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, anyways, it comes and goes, I guess. I thought it's there most of the time. So what happens is if I look to my left and then look over to my right, there I can see myself do it on the YouTube delay. Well, I gotta look at the YouTube delay though. I guess. So look to the left, look to the right. Alright, now I'm looking on the YouTube. I'm gonna see myself do it. Left, right. Left, right. But there's like this little chunk. There's like a chunk in my eye that gets flung over. And, Yo, Sandwich Hour. Is that Ray Burns? Are we mushroom people? They are called floaters in your eye. I have them too. It's like the overproduction of eye jelly. Yeah, I had a floater, but does your floater like only show up when you look? And then you look and you look back the other way. I had the floater or whatever you call it, and then it looks like a bug. Sometimes I think it's a bug. So I'm like, oh, is there a bug on me? And I'm like, oh no, that's my eye chunks. This is a long time ago. It was my other grandmother. So this was over 10 years ago. This was before the program because we're almost 10 years into the program. But I took her to the doctor, And I at the time, I didn't have any doctors available, so I was like, hey, well, while I'm here, can I ask you a medical question? And he's like, well, yeah, sure. So I guess it was free. I'm like, is that allowed? Can you? Hello, somebody on Zoom? Oh,
Hello.
Gene.
Yes.
Hello, Gene.
Hello.
Hi, how are ya?
I'm good.
Um,
I'm reading this book here.
are you listening? Are you looking at the YouTube at all? I'm telling a story.
I just heard about 40 seconds. You might have an eye floater. Is that
I
right?
don't know. Maybe it might have gone away. I've had it for a long time, but I'm not seeing it right now. But maybe it comes and goes. I don't know. So I took my other grandmother who she died a long time ago, over almost 10 years. So this was a long time ago. This was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. And I took her to the doctor. I drove her to the doctor. And while I was there, I was like, well, while I'm here, can I ask you some free questions? It's like, does this cost
Nice.
money? It's like, can I just
Good
ask you?
job.
Can I ask you stuff? Like, is that legal, or is that you know, you know,
Yeah.
allowed? And it was allowed, I guess. I said, but I didn't really do much. I said, I have these things in my eyes, and they don't bother me. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Nice.
So, I'm like, okay. You should get your eyes checked, huh? That's what somebody says there. And then they said, hi, Gene. They called you Gene like a G with a G, like a like a
That's
like a
how
DNA.
that's how male genes are usually called.
Oh.
Spelled. I mean, yeah. Hello.
Um.
Gene.
Oh, that was weird. Oh, I felt like I was falling down too.
Whee!
Um, I don't know. I think my eyes
Uh,
are fine though.
yeah. Yeah.
How's your vision?
Moving around. You keep moving it. But I have to be resting, you know. I'm tired.
Yeah, you're tired. It's nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm up late.
Did you stay up late for this, or are you just up late?
I'm just up late. I had a nice day with my parents,
Uh huh.
or noon and evening. But I didn't get to read my book, and so I got home and I thought, oh, I can read my book, have some tea. Maybe I'll be up in time for the program. And lo and behold, what are you eating?
I got a sandwich. There's some YouTube. Yeah, there's some YouTube chat going on, but I think I'll sometimes I'll look at the YouTube viewers, and I'm not gonna read them all anymore because it seems like you're getting pretty active right now, actually, over there. So
Well, maybe they should join. Do they know the Zoom code?
I think they do, but they can be a YouTube person. Some people are viewers and some people are on the show. If everybody gets
Yeah,
on here, it's gonna get crazy. So
yeah, we can't have that too crazy.
yeah. What'd you do with your parents?
I did my laundry and I took a nap
Yeah, with your
and
parents?
we all took naps, I think. It wasn't organized that way, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what I used to do on Sundays at my
Mm.
grandmother's. We,
Oh,
we, we would all, like, it was me and my brother and my grandmother, we'd be watching TV,
hmm
and my dad would show up. He'd walk in the room, everybody would be sleeping in the living room. We all fell asleep watching TV.
Did you have some food? That's what I mean. I think I had lunch,
Yeah,
and
oh yeah,
then
we had the itis for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would show up and then we'd go to Popeyes and we'd eat a bunch of fried chicken and pass out.
Good life. Yeah. And then we played canasta, and I really haven't played like a card game, like a long card game in a long time. I guess I have played some gin with my mother, which has been fun. But canasta was really fun, and though it's a little anxiety producing, like, because sort of clear if you're winning or losing. You're trying to get the right cards. You need these certain cards, and
Yeah.
so I was losing most of the time, but then I had a good one, so I came up to being in the middle, and maybe we'll finish someday. It's a long game. It goes to 5,000 points.
How
Oh, and then I stacked wood like a good daughter, a good
points do you get at a
child.
time?
Hmm?
How many points do you get at a time?
It depends. It's all the way down to 5 and 10s, but then sometimes you get like 100, and then sometimes for getting a canasta, which is 7 of a kind, you can get either a red canasta, which is 7 of a kind, or a black canasta, which is at least 4 of the kind, and some wild cards, 3, so you get the 7. You get extra points for getting those groups of cards.
But you get 10 points, and then you have to get up to 5,000 points.
5 or 10 or 100 or 300 or 500, yeah, or 50 or 20.
Yeah.
Different cards are different amounts, and then the groups of cards can be the good boost. Yeah,
I never played that one.
it's fun. You have to put 2 decks together.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot of cards.
That's
And it's most fun with 4
104.
people,
Uh-huh.
because then you play like partners, so you can't like see what your partner has, but you're working together and playing off each other's cards, and that's fun. But we didn't have 4; we had 3, and that was awesome. Nice.
What do you do with
Oh, I meant 2, and then we had pho, and so that was great. And then we watched a nice like hour documentary on Ursula K. Le Guin, and it was so nice.
I don't know. What's that?
She wrote lots of sort of science fiction-y, almost sometimes fantasy books.
She's an author?
Yeah, she lived in Portland, Oregon for most of this last time, like maybe all her adult life, pretty much.
Oh.
And she wrote some interesting books. One was like The Dispossessed, which is probably maybe one of the only fiction groups that, or books that tries to envision what an anarchist society.
Who won Tenasca? Canascos. What's it called? Canasca?
That, but we didn't finish. Oh, and then we FaceTimed or Zoomed with my brother and sister-in-law and the baby. Look at all the things we did.
Lots of things.
So many things. And after that TV, then we watched the news about schools, maybe going out, working outside, and then we watched the Dick Van Dyke episode, which are so funny.
He trips over furniture, right?
Sometimes, but not all the time.
That's like the whole plot of the show. He's just like, hey, whoa! And everybody laughs. He's just like falling over all the time.
Timing. They've got other timing too.
What happens in that show other than falling down?
He didn't even fall down this time.
He didn't fall down, not even once. I think he fell down like in the intro of the show, I guess.
Maybe, but
what's the plot of the show though?
This time, so it's it's a sitcom, happy family. He and his wife and a kid, and then his day job is writing for a comedy sketch show or a comedy show. So he goes into work, and we better plug in with low power. And then he has 2 surprisingly funny coworkers.
Yeah, what's the conflict though?
There's not usually much conflict.
Well, what are they doing in the show? He's got to be like, oh, I have a new director, and the director they want one thing, or you gotta like have a web of lies or something? He's not in a web of lies.
No, it usually it usually revolves around he and his wife.
What was the one you watched though? You didn't.
Funny. So this time, they're gonna have a 3-day weekend.
Uh-huh.
So he is funny, sort of short, stupid coworker wanted to go on his honeymoon. And then he said, "Oh, but haven't you been married for 10 years now?" And then he says, "Oh, well, we wanted to make sure it would work out, save the money." Or
Yeah, after 10 years.
yeah.
That's a pretty good
It's
joke.
very good. There are so many funny fucking jokes in it.
Yeah.
It's really insanely funny. Maybe it's just the first season. I think we're watching the first season. But really, like, 2 minutes don't go by without being, like, slightly surprised at how good the joke was.
I always wonder what's happening in these shows. Though. It's kind of like I always think about Mr. Ed. You know Mr. Ed?
Is that a horse?
Mr. Ed is the talking horse. But I make it a point almost to never go back and watch it, but I do kind of want to watch it. But on the same time, I kind of want to just be like, what could happen with the horse? But
oh, I mean, are there any other animals that talk on the show?
no, I don't think so. And I kind of wonder if Mr. Ed is if the guy is like maybe crazy, questionably crazy. Is that part of the show where you're like, is this guy crazy, or is he talking to a horse, or somehow they just like don't bring it up, or is it at the first is he like, oh my god, or is he just like, hey horse, like, you know?
Right.
So
how does it lead up to the normality of a horse talking?
It's like if an animal started talking to me, I would go to the doctor. Immediately,
good.
You know, maybe it depends on what it was saying, I guess. But I'd probably go to the doctor. I guess I'd tape it. What else do you do? But they didn't have video cameras back then.
Yeah.
But if your animal starts talking, you put it on camera. But I don't know what happened in the Dick Van Dyke show. Somebody says his wife was a dancer.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of dancer? Ballet?
I saw her doing lots of different things. Some tap dancing, maybe some like samba.
Showbiz dancing.
Yeah, before she was a dancer. Well, in the show, I mean, she is a good dancer, and sometimes they feature that. And then in the show, she was supposedly dancing like for the Army crew while he was in the Army.
Dancing for the Army?
Yeah, that was a thing for sure. Traveling performers that were women.
And are they in the Army?
I'm sure they're paid by the Army. They're not serving to, but they're there to entertain the troops.
But they signed up for the Army though?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B.
Yeah. Yeah, Dick Van Dyke. He
So
was
funny.
old. Is he alive?
His coworker's dog for the 3-day weekend, but she was telling her son how like she was hoping to go to Connecticut, but she was telling the kid, "Oh, but remember, we have to get the okay from your dad, and all talk about it together, make the decision together. That's the system." And then he had already agreed to take the dog. So, and then the dog was big and scary, and then it went on like that.
No web of lies though?
No web of lies, and then always they sort of joke together and are very sweet and both funny. Like she gets to be funny as well as him being funny.
He's like, he has to go on the 3-day weekend, but he also has to be working at the same time. So he's like trying to. He has like he promised his wife that they're gonna go on a vacation, but then he also has a show. He also has a stage show to do, and then he's got to go. So then he's like eating dinner, and then but across the street he's like has dinner across the street from his place, and then he's like trying to eat dinner, and he tells his wife, he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then he
That sounds
runs to the theater and gets on the stage and does like a little dance, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go again." And then he's like going back and forth. He's trying to do both things at once, and he's like trying to tell both people, but he should have just been honest.
yeah, that sounds like a very likely plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And it's just like every I don't know if they're always lying, but I can't think it too. It's like what else other kind of plot is there other than lies in these wholesome
Pretty
shows?
good about not lying to her. He doesn't hold it out too much. He's a very good husband. Yeah, very good.
Now the 60s.
I don't know.
Did you watch TV when you were a kid?
I did. I watched The Simpsons and Seinfeld.
Yeah. Did you watch it Nick at Night? I watched a lot of Nick at Night, so I watched a lot of those 60s sitcoms when I was a little kid.
That's fun. Yeah, like I Dream of Jeannie. That's my name.
I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched and Green Acres and some of Mr. Ed and the Dick Van Dyke Show. I Love Lucy. Mary Tyler Moore. A little bit. You ever see Small Wonder with the robot?
Maybe Mary Tyler Moore is in Dick Van Dyke.
Mary Tyler Moore, I think, was a spin-off of Dick and Dyke, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. We didn't get cable, so we didn't get Nick at Night. We didn't get Nickelodeon.
I definitely had cable.
Mm-hmm. It didn't come to my house. I wouldn't make it.
Too far into the woods for cable? What? That's wild.
Well, it's a different place here.
Yeah. Do they got cable now?
Satellite. People probably have satellite.
Satellite internet, though? They get the internet? They have the internet, though?
Yeah. I think that goes... I don't know how it comes. They have modem, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they got Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi has got to start somewhere from the wall. Like, it comes out the wall, and then it goes and turns into Wi-Fi. So, but it's like in the wall first before it's like wireless, so it's not just like in the air. Maybe it could be a phone thing. I don't know.
It does. It does. It plugs into the phone.
Phones are satellites, right? Like, is that the same thing as like satellite TV, like cell phone satellites?
Satellite has a disc. Doesn't it have a thing?
Yeah, it's got that thing, but that's like old-timey satellites. So now it's just phones or something.
Really?
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, people have like regular. They have big-time cable. They have show. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, most people. I mean, they call it cutting the cord, but they just moved the cord over to like instead of they're watching streaming services. Instead of like the YouTube, like the viewers of this show, they're watching streaming services, or actually, unless you're watching it on TCTV. You know, I kind of like recently we've been doing this YouTube live thing, and we've kind of moved into like a YouTube show instead of a TV show, and I don't know how I feel about that, you know, or I guess I don't feel great about it. I do know how I feel about it.
But you're not. You know, it's just that YouTube is now paying attention. It's not, but it's still most definitely headed to TCTV.
Yeah, it's still on TCTV, public access television. But I think I've been thinking. I think maybe I've been YouTube motivated. Maybe I should. So I don't know how to go back the other way because we are on YouTube Live and they're there all the time, and I'm looking at that thing. I do watch on TCTV though.
Mhm.
But maybe we should, huh?
Is it so fun to look back at old episodes and watch yourself?
Yeah, well, I don't remember what I'm saying, you know, like.
Yeah.
I don't have time to reflect while we're here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm gonna say next. But like so then I go back and when I watch it I'm like, wow, I said that stuff, huh? Especially farther back, like if I watch the episodes on TV, it's from about a month ago, and then I do kind of remember. But if I go back and watch anything from like years ago, which is sometimes I do that, And then I have no idea what I was saying, and you can see yourself say things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah. I want to look at the messages. I guess I haven't looked at that, and then we're gonna call. I want to call Mark the guitar player because I've been trying to call him for days now. He
Oh,
hasn't been answering.
I'm gonna some cookies that I made today.
You made the cookies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Parents.
I guess we're gonna see. We'll see these cookies. Oh, I'm trying to look at this. Let's see. Should probably flip the sides. Yeah, flip the sides so then you can see this thing.
Hmm.
Whoa! Oh, the camera fell.
Oh no! Look at my cookie.
Oh, what kind of cookie is it? Chocolate chip?
Yep.
Do you follow a recipe or?
No. Toll House. Though I guess I made half of them, and I ground up some
The recipe's on the
oatmeal.
box.
Bag.
Oh, Sam Miller called. Wow, I wonder if Sam Miller is gonna be. Hopefully, it's not too late for Sam Miller because he's a father.
Oh, fun.
But maybe the kids are on a crazy schedule now because it's like summer forever.
Hey, this is Sam Miller.
I love it.
Just calling, man. I don't know. You guys can call me back. Yeah. See how things are going. I'm watching the show right now,
Oh, good.
and it's just
He's so
a
famous.
video of the video. I think it's a mouse. I see a mouse, and then you're talking to a phone.
Yeah.
I'm really into it.
Oh, good. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, give me a call back.
All right. Looks like Sam called us, so he was watching, so he was up late.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll call Sam instead of Mark.
Wow.
We'll call Sam first.
Okay.
You know
Hopefully he
Sam?
doesn't- No, I'm not. I'm so impressed by him.
You're
It's
impressed
fun.
by him? You
Yeah.
know that he was on the basement? That was the first time he was ever on the show.
In my basement?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how wonderful.
I always like to think, Sam, you're going to watch this episode, but Sam was coming on my show, on this show here, and he was like, I'm thinking about doing comedy. Yeah, so
No fucking
I
way.
remember that.
Whoa. Wow. It's a small basement for a large man like Sam.
When we first had him, he was more popular for balancing things on his head.
Hey.
Hey, Sam, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are things going?
Good. We're here with Jeans on Zoom and talking. I was just thinking about like when back in the day when you were on this program and you were saying you're thinking about doing comedy, and at the time you were more popular for balancing heavy things on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there from the get-go, and you launched my career.
Uh,
Sam, that was my basement.
you ever try to incorporate balancing heavy things on your face into your comedy?
You know, I can't really do heavy stuff anymore because my neck got hurt doing it.
Oh,
So,
makes sense.
I was balancing a shopping cart on my face in Eugene, Oregon, and I hurt my neck. So.
Was it on front of people?
Yeah. It was a school assembly at the school my sister works at in Eugene. So.
Yeah, and was it like did it hurt later on, or was it like?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was like there was like a couple weeks, and I could barely move. I had a hard time getting out of bed even.
Whoa.
My neck was hurt so bad, and I went to a doctor, and I didn't. It's really dumb. I was like, what happened to my neck? Like something's wrong with it. And the doctor was like, were you in any, like, they thought I got in like a car crash or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I was like, every once in a while, I balance shopping carts on my face. And they were like, oh, you shouldn't do that anymore.
Makes
But
sense, yeah.
I still do like I'll still do a chair now and then or something. And I can,
Yeah.
because balancing heavy things on my face wasn't hard. It just kind of hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just slow. It was a slow thing.
Yeah, it was like things that are really hard to balance is like balancing like just like a hammer is like really hard because it's like so short. Like heavy stuff is actually easier because it's like the mass doesn't want to move around that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a moment in front of the school where it was like crack, and then you're like ah in front of children?
No, I did feel something. I did feel something was off when it happened, but I didn't know how severe it was until a couple days later, and then it really didn't start hurting till like 3 or 4 days later.
So you didn't frighten a bunch of children?
No,
okay.
I didn't frighten children.
but like because you had an accident though, like.
Yeah, that would have been really bad if I would have dropped the shopping cart on me in front of the kids.
Yeah.
So I never thought about that. There was always like an element of danger to those performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedy is less strenuous.
Yeah, less physically strenuous. But I don't have to worry about it anymore because comedy doesn't exist right now. So.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's the world's so crazy. Yeah. I miss the stuff.
Yeah, I miss stuff too. Yeah, but I'm doing stuff, man. I'm doing good. The first 2 weeks without comedy were really hard, but I'm doing really good now. Well, not great, but I'm doing okay.
I feel that. I feel like I'm like accepted not doing things. For a while I was like really freaked out and kind of mad and depressed, but I think I've leveled out at least. That's
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. Like I'm an extrovert. I really like being around people.
Yeah.
And I really miss stand up. But what's cool, we're doing a thing coming up here. We're going to be like outside, socially distanced. There's not going to be an audience, but it'll be me and a bunch of other comedians that I really like from Olympia, like a bunch of people that, and it'll be a fundraiser thing. And it's cool because I found out Vomity is being taken over by like this amazing team of people who I really like. And it makes me really happy that Vomity's still going on, It's weird to have a thing that like you kind of like made. Like it was like an idea. And then immediately like it became like more of a community, where like a bunch of people were like contributing.
Yeah.
But it's so cool that like other people have it now. And I'm still going to go do it when it comes back, but...
Yeah, it's passed through a lot of hands.
It's like
yeah.
Like
so,
the area.
it's cool.
Oh.
What?
It's like Sarah Sparrow on the aerialists. She, like, made it, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to go make a business with it, and you can still, do it, and then they have a collective airborne arts that does it. Yeah. That's the biggest success.
Yeah, they're doing Vomity outside?
Yeah, they're going to do one. I don't have the details yet. And I'm not even supposed to be talking about it yet. I don't know if it's been announced yet.
Oh, not yet. Everybody's going to know.
I know, right? Yeah. It'll be in September. It'll be in September, I know that. And it'll be cool because we'll be outside. Like all the performers will all be together. And so we can laugh at each other's stuff. Mm-hmm. And that'll be the first time I've done stand-up live. I was doing that live stream thing, but that doesn't really count, except for the last one where I had like some people over at my house.
Yeah.
Just a few people.
I really like those one-liners.
I know. They were like your wheelhouse. It was funny because I remember, I think you messaged me or you said something on, like you commented on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is probably like your favorite comedy that I've ever done.
Yeah, I like it better. Maybe I'm like losing track of the stories. I'm like, because a lot of the comedy is just like anecdotes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is this really comedy or is this just like a storytelling thing? So I like the...
Yeah.
I'm like, this is definitely comedy.
Yeah, you really like the quick jokes.
Yeah,
Don't
I
tell
like those.
anybody this, but like almost all of my comedy, I'm just like a really, really good storyteller and can tell funny stories and embellish them and stuff.
Yeah, I like.
You know what my favorite? Do you know what my favorite joke out of all those ones are?
What?
Did you hear the turtle one that I did?
I think I heard them all, but I don't remember.
The turtle one was when turtles are scared, they hide in their shell. That's why it hurts so bad when people throw turtles at you.
That's yeah. Those are good. I like those. I think those are funny. They make me laugh. No, the stories.
Yeah, you love those.
Yeah, the story is not so much. I still think my favorite comedy bit from you was when you smashed your balls in the kitchen drawer. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first ever, you know what's funny is that's the first ever thing I did on stage doing stand-up. Is I told that story about
you peeked there to
back
me.
when I was drinking. Yeah. It's crazy. Not a lot of people can smash their penis in a silverware drawer.
Yeah,
you got to be like a certain height.
Yeah.
You might be able to smash your penis in like a clothes hamper or something, but not a silverware drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when we can get back together when this shit's over, man, it'll be fun. I'll come on the show, man. I haven't done that. I feel like I do it like once a year or something now.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. You definitely should come on here. I know, like, last time you came on was in 2000, I think, 18 actually, though, because I don't think it was 19, because you came on right before I went on a trip, and then so I watched, like, the day before you went on a trip. So then you were on the tape, so that everywhere I went, I was showing the people at the trip, the studio, and then it was a clip of you talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, the Greek freak, man. Yeah.
Who I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
All I know is that you kept saying it.
He's a great basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
a big Giannis fan.
Hey, Sam, how's like the kids not going to school? How's that?
Man, everything, dude. There was like everything stopped, and I was working in schools too. Like my day job, I was like, and it was like 1 week. I remember I had all these Seattle comedy gigs coming up, and people started calling me and canceling them, and I was like, oh wow, this is like a real thing. And then what was weird is people stopped calling me to tell me things were canceled.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to, because I knew they were canceled. And I really had like good momentum going for the comedy shit. But then the school that I worked at shut down, and then 2 days later my kids' school shut down. And then I was like a stay-at-home dad. Like my wife stayed working. And it was weird. Like the first 2 weeks, like I did the things I needed to do to be a good dad and a good husband. But like I just slept a lot. I haven't been that sad since like I hadn't been that sad in like a really long time.
I feel that, yeah.
And then and then like about 2 weeks after that, it's like something cracked in my head, and it was like it's like I broke into separate parts, and then I took those parts and I was like, oh yeah, like I can do other stuff too. Like I don't just have to do stand up. And then I started doing the live streams. And what I would do is I would drive late at night. And this is cool. I know you asked about the kids, but it's like the kids, like it was hard to try to teach the kids school, but I did the best I could. And my wife would get home at like 5 and we'd hang out. And then like usually at around like 10:30 or 11, I'd just get in my car and I'd drive out to like weird places and park.
Whoa.
And I'd just sit in my car and write jokes.
Nice.
And like watch airplanes and boats and trains and stuff. Which is something I've always liked, airplanes and boats and trains, and that's how I got through it, you know, for like a month and a half. I just called them night rides, and I would like ride around at night and write jokes and do stuff, and like I'd met up every once in a while. I'd meet up with people like socially distanced or whatever, and I made it, man. I think a lot of people are making it, you know?
Yeah, we're still trying to make it. It seems like I remember it's like back then it was like we're like trying to find ways to make it, but now it's like we're still just doing the same thing. It's like, oh man, how long Can we keep trying to make it? But that's what happened. Gene's sleepy,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard.
Are there bugs in your brain?
I'm My gonna future. record a message to the future. I'm gonna cue it up, and then we can record this message to the future. What'd you eat for dinner, Sam?
What did I have for dinner? I had taco soup, man. It was awesome.
Taco soup.
Yeah, taco soup.
There's like tortilla soup. People call it tortilla soup. Is it the
No.
Yeah.
It's not tortilla soup. It's taco soup.
Uh-huh.
I know what tortilla soup is, Kenny.
Yeah. So what's the difference? What is taco soup instead of tortilla soup?
I don't know the difference, but I know that they're different.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain myself to anybody.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna record a message to the future. Here it goes. Hey, future, it's us in the past. What do you have to say to the future?
Hey, future, man. I hope things are better, but also we're doing okay, sorta. So, good luck. My hat's off to you, future.
Gene?
Yep. Hello, future. Keep up the good work. Yep.
It's Sam Miller, comedian, the premier. You know him, future. Okay, bye, future. Yeah, Sam? You're famous now, right? I think you're famous. To me,
I'm not famous.
No, you're not.
You know what, man? I like the. It's cool, man. I'm well known in Olympia, and I'm trying to make a go at the comedy thing.
Yeah,
but also, like, if it never got any better than what, like, I'm good, man. Like, it's cool. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it sucks, but it's cool. But right now it doesn't matter because comedy's dead.
Yeah,
but I'm alive and I'm doing other shit. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the vaudeville show? I heard they're gonna do.
I'd love to. They're trying to do it. I think they might try to do something different this year.
Like
I'm gonna try. In the past, I've done like comedy PowerPoints, and I haven't done one of those in a minute. And that might be really fun to do. And I might kind of go right at the coronavirus thing and talk about it more.
And are they gonna do? They're gonna do it online or like virtual?
I don't know. I can't really speak on it because I don't know what I should say or what I shouldn't say. But they're talking about doing stuff. So.
Yeah. I saw on Facebook, which seems open, that they're like having auditions through Zoom or something.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Yeah. Then by all means, yeah. It looks like it's going to be online, and I'm probably going to try to do something hopefully. But we'll see. You know, like. I'm working. I'm back as of like a month and a half ago. I'm working full time. I work at a shelter for unhoused youth in Tacoma, and like that's where a lot of my energy is going right now.
Wow,
so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it must be very tough for. I mean, it's always tough for them, but it's like extra tough.
Hey, for real. Like I know, like I try to say this like the right way or whatever, but I just love that job. Like I don't know. It's just to me, it's just like the best job in the world. I don't know. I just really like it.
It's good to help people.
It's like all my ADHD and like my education and my experience like just work really well together for that job. So
good.
It makes me happy.
Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right.
But anyway, it was really cool checking in, man.
Yeah. We're doing YouTube live now,
good.
Sam. At 8:45. We're live at 8:45 every day except for Sundays. We're on at 5 o'clock. And we're doing YouTube live stream, so if you want to check it out, we're on there, and we're on there right now.
That's awesome.
And call back whenever you want, or we're doing Zoom now too. If you want to call and you can get on the Zoom on these days, and so go check out the YouTube live stream.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Listen, once you're done with shoot me a message sometime, and we'll figure out a time I can come on. I'm not big on a lot of Zoom stuff. Like, honestly, I was just flipping through channels, and I caught the tail end of a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to call the program.
Nice.
And, but, yeah, I bet we can do something. That'd be really cool, man. It was really good catching up, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Sam. We'll talk to you later, I guess. Okay.
Hey, that sounds fantastic. All right, I'll talk to you later again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Hey, Sam's the greatest, huh?
I know. He's really
so great.
Wonderful person.
Yeah.
That's why we have, humans, so they can be like that.
Yeah, Sam's great.
Yeah.
He's very open. He used to do a lot of meth.
I
That's his
know.
joke. Yeah, no, he's great. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we'll
bet,
flip around.
I bet he was pretty great. I bet it was harder for him.
I want to call Mark, the guitar player. I'm gonna call Grandma too, cause we talked to Sam for a while. Yeah, Sam was doing these one-liner jokes that were funny. Mark hasn't been answering. I've been trying to call him since Wednesday. I know because he went grocery shopping on Wednesday. I always want to ask him about how grocery shopping was going. I hope he's doing okay. He also said he was going to change his meds or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
Sorry, you cannot leave a message.
Well, I can't leave a message for Mark. Mark, where are you? I'm leaving you a message anyway, even though the thing says that I can't. All right, here goes. Calling Grandma. Oh, you got that? That's not your family behind you. It's like...
So, I've got so many. Yeah. Here, I'll give you a little.
Or you're not interested in canoeing either?
Honey,
Hi, Grandma.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
You want to talk to him?
Yeah, okay, well, I'm calling to talk to you, too. You got water? You drinking
Okay.
water? You're doing good?
Huh?
You drinking water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I have hair. Yeah.
good.
Okay. Yeah, I use the under the hair.
Okay.
Okay, talk.
I was gonna ask you about something. I forgot.
You don't know what it was?
Nope.
Oh, that's too bad. You're gotta scratch your brains.
When are you gonna visit? That's it, I think.
How are you?
Good, I guess. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What are you doing?
Scratching my brain, I guess.
Trying to scratch your brain. When did you want to ask?
Like 10 minutes ago.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
You watching TV?
Yeah.
That happens a lot to me sometimes, especially. This is a really annoying thing now with YouTube, and streaming services, and you like have to decide what you want to see. Remember with like cable TV, you just like turned on the TV and like whatever was on there is like what you were gonna watch. But now you have to be like, what do I want to watch? And you have to think about it. And you're like, ooh, thinking about things I want to know about. Looking at YouTube, you're like, I want to.
You gonna watch the new Bill and Ted? That's not what I was thinking about, but
I do want to watch but you want to watch a YouTube video. You're like, I want to watch a YouTube video about the history of tennis, and then you go, okay, history of tennis, and you watch it. But sometimes I have an idea. I'm like, oh, I think I want to watch something, right? And then I like look for the remote. I've lost the remote, and then by the time I go to YouTube, I'm like, what was that? What was that thing? Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. So like you have like something that you feel like you're interested in, but then you lose it. That's not good.
I was just watching a YouTube video about this guy had it was a Reddit post. This guy posted on Reddit that he had a Nintendo Play Choice. That's what it's called. It's a home arcade system that Nintendo made in the 80s.
Oh yeah, I think they had one of those at Skateland.
Oh yeah?
Back in the day, like, is this like Nintendo, but you put a quarter in to play it for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that at Skateland.
Did they? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so they have Bill and Ted, and like the movie theaters opened like last week or something, and it freaks me out. Like, I don't think they should be open. Like, because
No, you can't see that in the theater. It's not in the theater right now.
it's not in the theater now, but it might be. But other things are in the theater. Like, they opened the theater like a few weeks ago, but they're doing this like crazy thing where they're like only like 10 people can go in the theater, and they have to like they're like, we wash everything. You can go to the theater. It's like, if you have to do all these crazy safety things, it's like maybe we should just wait. But so they're opening the theaters, and I told somebody, I was concerned. I was like, they're opening the theaters, and I'm like, oh yeah, they got excited. I was like, no, that's no, that's bad. I'm scared. It's like, what are they doing? But so they're doing that. But I don't know if they're gonna play it in the theaters. But I really want to see it in the theaters. But we watched that movie like at home, like on video when we watched it when we were kids. You know.
I really want to see it in the theater. If it's in the drive-in, I looked at the drive-in schedule. It's not there yet. But do you want to go to that?
To the drive-in? I kind of do, but I don't know. I might just watch it at home. I haven't gone anywhere. I don't know if I'm going to do things. I'm just going to watch it at home. But it's just definitely kind of anticlimactic because it's like anything else if you watch it at home. But I feel like I've been waiting for this movie for like 10 years. Like they've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was really anticipating. I was definitely anticipating it before February, before it went down. I was like, I'm gonna see this movie in the theater. That was like what I was looking forward to this year. Going to the movies. Yeah. I had like a movie schedule. I had a pretty big movie schedule. In my mind, they tell you the movies all the way across the year.
There's that, and there was like the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
I kind of refused to watch that. I don't want to watch that.
It is not good.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it. So, but I do want to see this Bill and Ted. The Bill and Ted movie is available online for like $10 or whatever. You can rent it.
No, it's not $10.
It's not. It's less or more.
It's not $15. It's fucking $20.
It's $20 to rent it.
Yes.
What?
I know. Who's gonna pay that? No one. No one.
That's crazy. Why is this more? What, Gene?
It's like they're encouraging a party. It's the only way. You know the concept of pay-per-view?
Yeah.
The only way that actually works is if you have a group of people.
Yeah, it's like more than a movie ticket, huh? That's ridiculous.
They're encouraging parties. Is what they're doing. Which is ridiculous.
Death. It's going to lead to COVID death. Bill and Ted's Adventure.
Bill and Ted's COVID death. Yeah. Oh, man. That's too much money. I thought it'd be like $5. That's crazy.
If it was $5, I would have watched it already.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna wait for a while or something.
I don't. That really doesn't make any sense because it's. What do you do if you make a movie for like $100 million? Not that one, but like any movie, you know, like Tenant.
Yeah, Tenant is screwed, but money. Yeah, because that movie probably cost.
Like, what do you do?
That movie probably cost like actually $1 billion, maybe. You know.
Like, yeah.
And they made the whole thing before.
He's so screwed.
And he made it.
So screwed.
It's like an IMAX.
It's insane. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking like that movie it's like so crazy anyway that's like what. I mean, I watch a lot of movies. I don't know if I love movies or if I'm like interested in movies at least, you know. But it's like they're spending like billions of dollars, and then at the end they have a movie, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you have $1 billion. That's what I always think. Like you have $1 billion, you could start a pretty good farm. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Or you could make the Avengers movie.
You could like change the world.
Yeah, you could change the world. You could you could like feed.
You said Avengers. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chadwick Boseman's dead. You could have a Yeah. You could like build and fund a homeless shelter for like 100 people for like years. Or
maybe
you could
that's
make the movie.
Problem with the world. They're like in the current times, everyone is worried about things, but they spend billions of dollars on the entertainment.
Yeah, but they already did. But now all that money is like nobody can go see a Tenant. Like they expected that Tenant movie to be a blockbuster, like it was a huge blockbuster, and then they're gonna be screwed. So now it's not because they don't have anybody going. But it's an IMAX too.
You know that guy's Denzel's son?
No, what?
Denzel's son.
Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
What about it?
It's his son.
Oh, it's the star of the movie?
Yeah.
Is his name Washington?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the guy from Black Klansman.
Oh.
I never saw that. What is that?
Dude,
You didn't see that movie? It's a good movie.
What is that? It sounds weird.
That Spike Lee movie with where he's like an FBI guy and he trolls David Duke.
It's not like Chappelle.
It kind of is, but it's a true story.
Well, he just dresses, so he's just like wearing the robes, so he never shows his face. What are you doing, Gene, on the phone?
He calls up David Duke on the phone. And he's like, I'm a white guy.
I'm a white guy.
Like, and then he gets Adam Driver to go to the meetings. It's a good movie. He gets Adam Driver to play the guy.
Adam Driver plays the Klansman.
Adam Driver is the guy in the robe, and then on the phone.
Adam Driver is Jewish.
Washington.
Pretty Jewish looking too, right? He's a Jewish
Yeah,
Klansman.
but he's a tall white guy in a robe.
Huh. He looks
I think
pretty Jewish to be a Klansman to me. As far as,
it's a movie.
huh?
It's a movie.
They say that in the movie?
I think they do, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, why are you going to fight the Klan? Because you're Jewish. And he's like, okay.
Oh yeah, I gotta go watch that movie then. The Chappelle when he's blind and he doesn't know he's black, and then Clayton Bigsby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's in this new Tenant movie, and the Tenant movie is not gonna make the money. That guy wants, what's his name? Christopher Nolan wants theaters open. He's like, open the theaters. He's like,
people are like low-key selfish. Like Joe Rogan is like, the virus and all is real and all this stuff, but like, fuck away, I'm gonna move to Texas because Texas is open.
Yeah, they're egomaniacs who've never had to experience any kind of what's the opposite of privilege? Whatever it is.
Yeah, well, he's like, I'm gonna move to the place where everything is open because LA is like, too much on the lockdown, and they're telling us what to do.
Their whole life, all they've experienced is white male privilege, and then they suddenly have like a little bit.
This is ridiculous. I can't get a haircut. Man, I'm bald.
I can't get a haircut. I can't. Nobody's gonna see my $1 billion movie. I made a movie. Why are you gonna watch my movie? Yeah. They're gonna. Everybody's gonna get killed, but the movie theater. I'm upset. I made the mistake of looking at the theater schedule just because I was and I want to go viscerally. I want to, but I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
They're playing Friday the 13th. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah. Did you see that All Freaking Night?
Yeah, I did, but I would really enjoy seeing it in the regular theaters. Like if it was playing if it was a regular time, I would be there for sure. I would be like, "Whoa, they're playing that movie! Wow!"
Did you see it in 3D? Was part 3 in 3D?
Yep.
You saw that? I remember that. That was pretty cool.
It was cool. Gene's very sleepy, huh?
Yeah.
It looks like you're actually falling asleep.
No, just resting my
Just resting my eyes. That's what they say. Well, you were talking about napping with your family. That's what we used to do on Sundays. Naps. Yeah, so they're opening the theaters. I don't know. That's so weird. But I don't know if I'm ever gonna go to a theater again. That was just like a disease hole to me. I didn't know though. The last movie I saw at the theater was. The last movie I saw at the theater was. People are texting this YouTube thing.
The Japanese channel.
Yeah, what about it?
They have the dancers are bodybuilders with face masks on. everyone, no one has a face mask except for the dancers and their bodybuilders with the clear face mask.
I really don't like that. I don't think people should be doing, like, fun things on TV with the masks. Like seeing it is freaky.
Yeah.
Seeing it on TV is just like, they're like, ha ha, they're doing, like, trying to do, like, fun things, but they're like, oh, it's like you're wearing this face shield. Somebody says on YouTube, they said, my YouTube said this: YouTube doesn't allow content that explicitly disputes the basically doesn't, what is this word? Efficiency? Okay, I can't. YouTube doesn't allow content that explicitly disputes the efficiency of the World Health Organization. So does that mean YouTube doesn't allow, like, anti-corona news stuff? Like, if you don't believe in it, you can't say it on YouTube?
That's not true, because Joe Rogan spouts fucking shit all the time.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It is true, but it's not true at the same time. But, yeah.
I never watched that guy. Seems weird to me.
Like Trump, they don't like Trump, for sure.
He doesn't like Trump?
No, YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah, that's good. No, but I don't...
Yeah.
Who likes Trump? Like, so...
I don't know.
I wonder what our dad is gonna do.
You gotta make fun of him, or else he'll vote for Trump.
Yeah, make fun of him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. He's always what does Grandma say?
Grandma doesn't like Trump.
Yeah, nobody likes Trump. At least nobody I know. You gotta be crazy. Oh, you know what they don't? Yeah, it's like, basically you're racist.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Kenny.
Yes.
I remember you thought that Trump would win.
What?
I remember
Why?
Trump would win.
That's a grandma.
No.
One more time, Gene?
Oh, why? He gave us a me telephone.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Grandma. You're on the phone again.
Okay, just I will give it back to him, okay?
Okay.
What?
Well, the show is over. What did you say, Gene?
Oh, I just wondered about your prediction for this November election.
Oh, I don't... my prediction, I don't know. I was surprised last time. I was kind of like making jokes about it last time. I was like, well, yeah, what if Trump wins? It's hard to tell because...
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
It's hard to tell because of, like, the bubble, you know?
I know. Yeah.
Was what I always say, because, like, nobody's gonna call, but, like, hippies are loudmouths, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, the people who are, like, conservatives are conservative in demeanor, also.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're gonna be out there yelling, and it's like also like racists aren't going out there and being like, I'm a proud racist. Only the really insane ones who are like out there saying that kind of thing. Most races,
I do believe that all Mexicans are racist or are rapists. Like, they're not saying that.
Yeah, nobody's going out there and be like, oh, I'm gonna get in your face about this stuff, but they're all silent. So it's really difficult to know, and you won't even ever know because they're not gonna do polls or any of this stuff. But they will vote, but they're not gonna say anything. But the people who don't like it are loudmouths. They're just like gonna speak it everywhere. It's gonna spread everywhere. It's like, oh yeah. So it makes a climate of seeming like it's like so one-sided when it's the other thing. So I don't know. But the show's over. We made it. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Grandma.
Right.
Thanks, YouTube commenters and Sam Miller. Is that everybody we talked to today? All right. Tomorrow's that Sunday, the early one, Gene.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Oh, try. I
Thanks.
might not be able to make it.
All right, that's okay. Thanks for watching. It's Saturday. We're on TCTV channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check it out. Yeah, YDHWM.com. 360-836-4384. Call me message. Get on TV. Yeah. You want to State Avenue 3? We're not there anymore. Check it out. Graham, it's a good song. Thank you. TCTV, La Bebe, Jordy Fabulous, Graham, South by Condom Monster, Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you. And viewers this year watching, thank you. Hell yeah, dog. Bye.